Welcome to this week's edition of the Contact Center World Industry Roundup, presented by Raj Wadhwani.
In this week's edition, the latest regional industry news, upcoming events. We share some great tips for your contact center. Hello and welcome. Here is the latest from around the region and a brief summary of world news, starting with the regional news for your area. In Australia, unions have accused Qantas of sending more work offshore after the airline revealed it intends to boost the size of its call centre in Auckland, New Zealand by another 50 jobs. Victoria's OOO call centre failed to meet targets for ambulance and fire crew dispatch times in the last financial year. The Department of Human Services has reassured call centre workers in Wendouree that despite union and labour claims their jobs were in danger by announcing the hiring of 200 new workers. In India, in a month's time you can download an app set up by 108 ambulance service. The app will contain all your details like your name, age and address. SIF, the mobile app launched 5 months ago for the protection of men's rights, has received a mega response in the last 4 months. In New Zealand, the labour pool for prospective contact centres in New Zealand is being quantified thanks to a Business Hawke's Bay initiative. In the Philippines, Ortigas and Company is leasing nearly half of its retail space to the Philippine back office of Denmark-based Maersk Group. The company will occupy 4 floors at the facility. And now for a summary of headlines from around the world, all of which you can find on our website. News from North and South America. In the US, bill would require emergency call centres to receive text messages. Grand opening for StarTech call centre. CWA wins election to represent American Airlines. The Progressive group of insurance companies slated to hire. Xerox adding 1,200 jobs. Cox hiring 150 employees in Phoenix. St. Louis firm acquires T-Mobile call centre's new home. Bow Valley moving towards adopting 211 service. Jamaican College offers training in call centre operations. Owner of Costa Rican call centre pleads guilty. News from Europe, Middle East and Africa. In the UK, following the collapse of Phones for You, 100 employees are scrambling for jobs. Wiltshire Police opens a new call centre. Llanelli call centre ordered to stop sending spam. INEC in Nigeria advises public to use its citizen contact centre. Emirates Transport unifies customer service numbers. And a call centre dealing with missing South Africans in Nigeria after a building collapse has been inundated with calls. And don't forget, the 2015 Top Ranking Performer Awards are now open. Regarded by many as the Olympics of the contact centre world, this is your chance to showcase your best practices and be recognised as truly world class. This week's tips. The past week we have published the following tips. Tracking feedback. Benchmark versus your best agents. Track resolution times. Break monotony. Rotate your staff. Team leaders. Performance measures for other departments. Educate to accumulate. This week's tip is one that I wrote in my blog this morning. It's all about testing when you're using technology. It's very easy for organisations to roll out technology and not fully understand it. And this came to light last night when we witnessed a fiasco. That's how I'd describe it in New Brunswick. It was the New Brunswick voting for a new premier. And I can't believe how badly managed it was and how technology was blamed. It's not the technology, it's the way that it was actually used and the processes involved. So please read my tip under my blog section. We can all learn something from that. Upcoming industry events. Taking place later this month is the Asia Pacific Outsourcing Summit in Singapore. Then in November, our very own Global Best Practice Conference, a must-attend event for anyone who is looking for best practices in the contact center world. It's full of ideas. You get a chance to network with the best from the world. Join us and around 200 of the industry's best, the people who run centers, and you can learn new ideas for your center for 2015. Details on our website. And if you're planning for 2015, don't forget we've already announced dates for our upcoming European and American events. I'll also be over in Singapore early October to finalise dates for our Asia Pacific event. This week we'd also like to welcome the following new members. Also next week I will be live on location in Istanbul, Turkey for the industry roundup. So as the Turkish would say, görüşmek üzere or see you soon. Goodbye.